All right,
Like,
let's get into this Illuminati stuff. The Illuminati called your phone. Tell the people about this. They know they
man,
emailed you.
I met someone on TikTok, right? And they hit me up in the inbox and on TikTok, and they were saying that they like my lives, and can they come back onto one of my lives? Let them know when to come back so they can give me gifts and stuff like that and boost my lives up. And they said, how do I feel like about being an overnight success and becoming famous overnight? You know, like how would you like that, Papa? What up? And I was like what are you talking about? What do you mean by that? And they was telling me different ways that they can support me from platform to platform and have me grow instantaneously. And I was like I need to hear this a little bit more in depth. And they was like, well, I have a number for you. The Grand Master should be at his desk right now. Why don't you give him a call? And I was like, Grand Master. So I had to think like, where did I hear of a Grand Master? Now I kind of thought the alphabet K, the alphabet K, the alphabet K,
Yeah.
and I was like, it can be that because I heard the head guy is called that,
Why would he
and I was
call?
like,
Or why would he contact you though?
exactly. So I
Yeah.
was like, all right, boom. They give me a number. I called this number. The guy came on the phone so nonchalant, and he was like asking me, did I pay attention to the representative that was talking to me and this, that, and the third? And I was like, yeah. He was like, so you know what my efforts would be to get you to know how we move. We move in the backfield in silence. He was like, but you will have to give me your address and information so we can send this book to you so you can learn about the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, the who? I was like, nah, man. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good.
Yeah. I heard a lot of crazy stuff about that, man. But that was the end of it. That's what happened.
Nah, the guy was he was trying to talk me into it. Like I'm on the phone because I'm ready to hang up. I'm listening, and he's saying, yeah, that's all you have to do. And if you want more information where you can stay in tune and how to come and be with us, you just send some money to somewhere. And he said that he'll send triple the amount back. I was like, yo, you a whole
Yeah. I don't
scam,
know about
bro.
that.
I was
That
like,
sounds
you a
like a
whole
scam.
scam. And he was
Yeah.
like, well, if you think that I'm a scam, why don't you check your phone and see if I'm a scam? I was like, what you mean check my phone? My phone going off. I was getting the same conversation that I had with that man in my phone.
What do you mean, like a recording?
No, the same. Hold up, I might even still have the receipts for it, man. I got the same conversation me and him was talking about now in text form on my phone. Hold up, I'm gonna see if I still have it.
Yeah,
But
because that's crazy. I ain't never heard nothing like that.
yeah, that situation kind of spooked me to a certain level. So when anything will go wrong or something on TikTok or a video that I think that should have been getting a certain amount of views and is getting low views or none at all, I was thinking like, yo, did they tap into something? Like I was thinking all different type of crazy stuff, man.
Man, out of all the videos and all the content creators on YouTube, why would they come after like prison content creators? You know what I mean? I don't
Yo,
know.
I really don't know either, man. I don't know why they would have picked me to talk to for any reason.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's a weird place, man. It really is. But
Well,
that'd be
I'm
cool if you
trying to,
still got the if you still got it. That'd be cool.
yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, man. because I know once he started talking that crazy stuff, I hung up. I hung up on him, but then I looked at the text and everything that he was saying was on there. Hold up.
I've had friends that were rappers, especially when I was in North Carolina. I've had a lot of friends that were trying to be rappers, and they
Uh-huh.
didn't become famous or nothing, but they were like rapping in like clubs and stuff like that. And this one guy, he was at a party, and we was talking, and he was sitting there. He was like, "Man," he started telling me this the we not you're not allowed to say that word or something. So I know you didn't say it.
I don't think so. Yo, matter of fact, bro, he was
What?
telling me that he was going to send money into my Cash App. I found it.
Oh, you put it to the screen.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to get all the way to the top first.
Yeah, but hold on, I'll tell you the story after you show this.
It says, "Greetings from the Illuminati Brotherhood." You see that, right?
It's kind of backwards. It's backwards on everything's backwards, so it's hard to
Yeah,
read.
it's because I'm showing it the right way, and then the camera is doing that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I see it. Can't read it though.
All right,
Uh,
what it's
people
saying
people in
is,
the chat think there's a scammer.
yeah, it says, "Greetings from the Illuminati Brotherhood, family of wealth, and I am the Grand Master of the Illuminati Brotherhood. I make everyone understand the meaning of the Illuminati Brotherhood only if you're ready to join the Illuminati Brotherhood." And I put, "That's it. Ready for what?" Right?
Yeah,
He talking about ready for. I said, "Ready for what?" He said, "Are you fully ready for this organization? The
I
Illuminati
think
welcomes you."
I
And
think it's
hold
a
up,
scam.
yo, yes, it had to be a scam. It had to be. All the stuff that he was putting into here, man.
Yeah, like he said Illuminati like a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, and they started
But
giving me all these breakdown points of what it means and all that. Like, this dude is talking a whole bunch of stuff. Then he started telling me to hold up. He started telling me to put my Cash App in the phone. I mean, to him.
yeah, that's weird.
He said, give
Yeah,
him
but
$100. He went to my Cash App and he told me to put $100 in there, right?
okay,
And then I've said, put 100 for what?
okay, I can see that.
Yeah, and he's telling me, send 100 on the Cash App, then I will send you 100
Oh,
back.
that is definitely
Then
that is a scammer.
I'm going to send you 200 after that, so you can be able to purchase the items that you need from us to learn about the Illuminati. And
That is 100% scam.
I said, I'm not paying you money for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yo, that made me. So yeah, that's 100% a scam. But that made me remember. Yo, I had a friend a long time ago when I was a teenager, and their parents got scammed really really bad. And I'm gonna tell you how they did it. Man, they had no idea, and they took thousands of dollars. Okay, so let me think. The scammers called my friend's mom, and they were like, "Is it such such?" They were like, "Yeah." They were like, "Well, um, they pretended to be a police officer or like FBI agent or some shit, and they were
Mhm.
like, well, "You have a warrant for your arrest, and I'm gonna need you to come down and but we can get this taken care of if you send such and such money. I can clear it off. You won't have nothing to worry about." And this came from her cell phone, so she's thinking this is like 10 years ago before everybody got hit to be scammers and stuff. So
Yeah.
she's scared. She's scared out of her mind. She don't want to go to jail, and it's an older lady. Man, those guys got like thousands of dollars from her. Thousands. Because she thought she had a warrant. She's never been in trouble her whole life. and they were like, "This is a mistake. We can get rid of it. You just need to send us this money." And she was doing it, man. Like I like to warn older people because they're not as hip to technology as like some of the boomers and some of us older people. I'm talking about the real older people. Yeah,
Mm.
these scammers are ruthless. Like they don't care if they take your last dollar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
but
natural fact.
but
That
the
is
thing
a natural fact.
but the thing about the Illuminati thing, what I was saying about that was I had a friend. He used to be a rapper, but he was only rapping in clubs and stuff. And he told me, and he was like he was not joking around when he said it. He was started saying stuff by he met this guy and they he said he's from the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. And he said if he wanted to get famous, he had to do certain things. Like I don't want to say it on here, but it was things that had to do with how you say it. You know what they're known for. They like guy on guy action.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wanted that because that's what they say about a lot of famous people. That's what they have to go through, like rituals like that, and
yeah,
they have to
essays.
basically give it up. Yeah, they have to give up their goodies. You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying that, and the guy was like, "No, I'm not doing it." And
Yo, that's crazy.
you
That's
know,
crazy work. And they said that was a part of the those people as well. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. It's like,
These people here.
yeah, I was sitting there thinking about this because I'm a rational person. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, if these guys are so rich, why are they wanting to like screw these famous guys? Like, does it get them off like looking on TV and be like, yeah, I had that right there. I can't think, I couldn't like, I don't know. I
I
don't
think it
know.
comes from the part of the domination of it all, and that person becoming like a weaker vessel, like you're selling your soul to a certain extent,
Yeah.
and now
Humiliation.
like
Yeah. Humiliation. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Because
it's a
I ain't gonna lie.
humiliation ritual actually.
There are things in this world. I know we usually talk about prison subject, but today we're kind of like, slacking off. We're going to talk about anything. But there are things in this world, and I've seen it with my own eyes. And you can't like I can't explain it. Seriously, I can't. I'm not going to go into the ghost story, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. I had experience when I was younger, and it involved an old spooky house, and it's really happened. No cap. And I my sister had this Barbie doll, and it was life size, like the size of a 5-year-old. All walked into my room late at night, would by itself, scared the crap out of me, man. Scared the crap out of me. I'm not like me just saying it makes me sound stupid, but this really happened.
yo, nah, I'm saying like it is what it is, man. Like
But that house, that
I've
house
been
was
through
haunted.
situations myself, man.
Yeah, that house was haunted. I do believe in some things. I was thinking the other day, and some people say we live in a simulation. We're just like basically in a computer or some shit like that. You believe that?
Um, a simulation.
I mean, yeah. If you
Ah,
think about it, like you know how like you play video games and everybody's going about their day. We're just a more sophisticated version. You know what I'm saying? And
you
like we
think
got free
so?
will. I mean, I don't know what to
So
think. I don't know.
if you're in a simulation, that's a controlled environment. A simulation is controlled by something, so
um,
free will won't be a part of that.
unless you think you have free will. Maybe like right now, you know what you're about to do. Like you can have it in your head. Oh, I'm about to go get something to drink. How do you know that wasn't put there? You know what I'm saying?
You would have to take that a step deeper for me to kind of like grasp what you're saying. Like, who would have put that there?
That's the thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That's where the simulation comes in at.
If you really think about it, like we're just a small little, we're on Earth, and we're in this universe, and space is huge. What's outside of space? You don't know. Like, could our minds even process what's out there? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like, cause if you don't know, you kind of like don't know.
Yeah,
So
you don't know.
I wouldn't even know if I would know, cause I don't know. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I can't tell you what's happening above the clouds that I see. I can't tell you that. But the things that was told to me is one thing is called the sun in the daytime, the other one is called the night. Then you'll see stars when the sky is clear at night. And sometimes you can catch meteors or whatever, shooting stars. You can catch all of that stuff going on. But above that,
unknown.
I don't know. I just overheard it was called a galaxy and the stuff in there. They don't even know if it's other life forms. And then they came up with one species called alien life form. And on other planets, they don't know if it's life form. They haven't made up anything yet. I mean, where
I mean, there
they
could
can,
be. We don't know because we don't have no way of knowing. You know.
yeah, the technology hasn't like been able to break whatever boundaries that
Yeah.
they try to
I
break to learn.
I used to think that we had satellites in the sky and like they could look down on Earth. I thought the military had this kind of stuff. Then maybe they do, maybe they don't. And like basically they can zoom in on like a penny on the ground. I thought we had that kind of technology.
Well, the people that's connected with the meteorologists for the news and stuff like that, they go off of signals and signs from a satellite to know about the weather and all that. You know that, right?
I mean, I know I don't I know it now. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And military has a sector of intelligence where they find out stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
military intelligence. That's how they
Hey,
run off wires and stuff like that. They can hit cell towers on the lower level, like for the police and detectives. They can know where you're at when you're moving with your cell
oh yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah,
Have you heard about the what's been on the news lately with all these missing people that work on like
the
UFOs
sciences.
and stuff like, yeah, the scientists.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I've
crazy.
been hearing about it, and honestly, like when I see it, and they be like, "Yeah, this last one right here said that he wasn't going to do this and he wasn't going to do that, and then he came up missing by unaliving himself, and they that he wouldn't do that. He's not that type of person and all that." And I was I don't know the list of the people that they put up there that's supposed to have been gone.
Yeah,
Like,
I seen a couple of them, and the one that got my eye was this woman. She went and she told her family and everything. She called them. She said, "If I come up missing, or if I didn't hurt myself, I don't want to hurt myself, you know, and I didn't hurt anybody else. So if something happens to me, I didn't do it." And then a couple of days later, they found her deceased, and they're trying to say she did it, right? And you know, before that, I think it was the same lady. She was saying that a beam hit her hand or something. They were shooting beams. There was a van across her house in the parking lot, and they were shooting like beams into her house, and it was burning her. And like there was a reporter or something there, and they witnessed this.
mm, I don't know. That's kind of heavy, man.
I mean, it's when they're talking about the missing scientists. I mean, all these scientists are going missing or ending up deceased. It's one of them. So like when you get a chance, look into it.
All right,
It's
no
crazy
doubt.
though.
No
It's
doubt. I
crazy.
definitely will. I
And that's the
definitely
thing,
will.
man. You got all this stuff going on in the world, all this stuff, and me and you were sitting in the box the whole time.
Yeah, I missed a lot of things, but I also tried to keep up on current events and how things were changing computer wise because like at the time that I was there, I did grab me a phone, you know what I'm saying? When it wasn't popular to have one, I did have one, and I saw things happening. You know what I'm saying? I saw them changing from like MySpace to Facebook. And I was looking like, yo, when I get out, I'm jumping smooth on this. I know all my boys is on there. I can see chicks from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? All this like, and like I tried to stay advanced and hip to what was going on. But when it came to anything political or that had like different towns voting on something or something like that, laws being passed, I was oblivious to that.
Yeah, the whole world's going by without you. I hear about all these. You hear about like North Korea, how they got like those secret camps up there, where they got
Mm,
their prison camps are way worse than ours. You know, I seen on TV the other day that this guy he was telling about how they kept him in this little box, and like it's so compact, he's so small, like he's got to like be like bent down into like a ball, and he stays in there for weeks at a time. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, they got it bad, man. They got it bad over there.
yeah, that sounds like some type of concentration camp type of
Yeah,
ordeal.
basically, yeah. It got really bad when they said they ate manure from like cows. They were so hungry. They were going without food. Like people were starving, and like they were dying over there.
You know, that's yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
know
real different.
it doesn't matter what you're going through in life. Somebody's always having a worse time than you are. That's what it makes me think of. Because when I was in prison and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, damn, man, like, what the hell am I going to do? Somebody's always having a worse time than you. That's real.
Yeah, it sounds
I
about sounds about right.
I had a story that I remembered. You said something earlier, and it my celly when I was in prison, he told me about this. Something you said, it made me remember. I don't know what it was. I think he was talking about the cartel or something like that. But
Mm,
basically, he was telling me that he lived in Baltimore. It was Marcelli Bones. He said he was living in Baltimore, and he was selling product, and he needed a new plug, somebody that had all the work. He got in contact with a Spanish. I think it was like the mafia. I mean, I forgot who it was, the cartel or something like that. I forgot. I don't want to get it wrong, but it was basically he was saying it was the cartel,
yeah.
and he started doing business with them. And the things he told me, it made me never want to do that kind of thing, man. He was saying that he'd basically go and get the shipment of stuff,
Hmm.
and he'd pay them. But sometimes, like he would have to pay them out of the money that he's selling for them. You know what I'm saying? He'll pay them a certain amount, but he still got to owe them a little bit more. But he's going to get it from selling the product. He said it got to the point where they were following him home. You know what I'm saying? He looked at his house and he's a paranoid person, and he sees a van, and his whole time is them. They watching him and everything. So he walks over there and he's like, "Yo, what y'all doing, yo? Y'all didn't say nothing about following me home. I don't want people knowing where my family is and all this and that." So when he went back to the ranch to the dude, because he was close with the dude, the cartel person, he was like, "Oh, we just got to take precautions and all that." But yeah, he said at any moment he knew his life could have been at risk. If he would have came up short or couldn't pay them, he knew that they followed him home because they wanted to know where he lived.
Yeah, that's see, that's crazy work. That's crazy work, man. Like you met this dude inside the prison. He was your cellie or something. You said,
Yeah, for like almost 2 years. 2 years.
man, if you had Ponderosa, the dude that I was that I did the video about, this dude Ponderosa that got caught, you would have been super straight. Because this dude right here, like he had a whole regime. Like in the Georgia Department of Corrections, if somebody of that stature comes through, they're going to put the word out while he's coming through intake. They're going to put the word out that Ponderoso is coming through. You need to have him a bed like he walking straight through. Any dorm he coming to, he gonna walk straight through, and people are gonna start coming. Like if the Nietas, the Latin Kings, and all that is having some type of issues together, all that's gonna get meshed. All
So
that's gonna get
so what
right.
is he like celebrity status or something?
I'm gonna say he's underworld high status, not really celebrity status, but in the wrong rooms, he's standing tall. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he was doing a whole lot. He ran a whole enterprise. Like he had an empire inside of these dorms. Like, and he was supplying people with firearm. You know what I'm saying? In Mexico to the mafia, and he had to keep stuff around him straight because if any one of these low level other inmates that's pushing coffee bombs and Kool-Aid and trying to sell a little bit of weed or a couple phones or something, if they would have ever tapped in or act like they was going to tell on him or wanted to beef with him, because this dude is not going to the chow hall.
They don't
Everybody
need
will be
to.
walking with him. Everybody will be walking with him. So he's not going to put himself out there. People are running to go get his meals, running to go get his water. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they probably stepping out with 8 people around him instead of 2 on each. I mean, 1 on each side going.
So when you said at first, you said like you were naming the different types of Spanish gangs in there. What
Yeah,
sometimes they're at odds, but when he came around, it's like none of that.
yeah.
It's just y'all
They will
all
have they will
underneath.
have to stop that because they know it's something way bigger than them going on. They can
Okay.
stop their little petty hustles and everything when somebody like that is in the building. When he makes calls, these are half a mil calls. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
did y'all get all those? Okay, the next stop is going to be here. You got to go get that. Click. That deal is
I ain't gonna
done.
lie. That's the most dangerous people to be around. If I'm in a pod with somebody like that, I'm not talking to them. I'm staying the hell away from them because there are people like that have power like that, and all they gotta do is get on the phone and say one thing, and your whole family's, what I'm saying, is gone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
scary. A lot of people don't believe it, but I swear to you, there's people of power like that. I've seen it with my own eyes. Seen it.
Man, the last time somebody from the chain gang, and these were African American dudes, and they was trying to do a whole bunch of scamming and getting stuff done, and then had their mules coming in, and one of the CEOs like kind of tapped out on that situation and was like,
Mm.
"Nah, I'm not messing with y'all no more." So they went and sent somebody that they know from the streets to send a hit in, and they went to the wrong address. They went next door, knocked that family off. The CO still got away. You know what I'm saying? And the dude gets caught. Boom, he like this, like, well, I get the wrong people.
Yeah.
They, so now he telling on the people that sent him up through there. So now they get they cell ran in on extra charges. Boom, they getting toted out. CO like this. Ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he made it out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, stay free. You know what I'm saying? You skip all that and stay free. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a natural fact, man. It is actually diabolical. The things like how you sending people on runs on hits, wrong information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you give it to somebody that yeah he might be good at knocking some heads, but he ain't good at locations. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not good with directions.
And for anybody new to the chat, we don't try to glorify prison or any of that. We talk about prison and our experiences to show what prison really is like. Because most of the time you don't know what prison's like until you get in there, and it's nothing good. Like a lot of people don't make it home, so I don't want
Yeah,
anybody
that's
thinking we're glorifying anything.
no, not at all. Not at all. I hope y'all have paid attention enough. And just like he said, if y'all new in here, please know no glorification of the prison system. You know what I'm saying? Like I will always say, once you start doing major time and however you caught that case and you're in there, like really your life is wasting away.
It
It's not
is.
too much you can do. And the best thing that you got is to call people to ask for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the position you're in. You're in the asking position. You got to put a whole bunch of work in back there for years to start supplying and helping families. And like, that's not your thing. For
Yeah.
real.
I tell you
That's
what
not
got
your
me.
thing.
What got me is, when I first went to jail after a couple years, at first I call my homies and my friends and everything. They pick up the phone. What do you need? They excited to talk to me. But after years, ain't none of them answering the phone for me at all. The only people answer the phone, family. I know I say that all the time, but I can't stress enough. Like that really had me feeling bad in there. Cause I'm like, damn, I thought we were friends. You know, I got in trouble sometimes just to impress some of y'all. And now when I really need somebody, I feel alone. The only people that are answering the phone is for the people that were trying to tell me, you don't need to be doing that. And I'm thinking that they just, they on my back. They just don't want me to be happy. They don't want me to have friends. They don't want me, it wasn't nothing like that. They were just trying to look out for me.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
No,
but I
no
seen some of the
doubt.
craziest things in prison. It's the craziest thing. I seen a older black man. He was bald headed. He had took out his own wife. You know what I'm saying? And they had him in this room, segregation. At first, he was on quarantine. Man, this guy was. I don't know if he was playing crazy or if he wanted to try to. Anyways, he pooped in his hand. He took a crap in his hand and smeared it all over the cell. And I'm not talking about a little bit. I'm talking about the whole back of the wall back there was nothing but feces all over the all over the wall. Because some people they'll try to do stuff like that and then they'll be like they'll add it onto their case like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
crazy. Look,
you're
look,
trying to
look,
get
Your
out.
Honor. Yeah. So I don't know if it was one of those, but yeah, he was messed up, man. I remember I went up to a cell and I was like, man, what you doing? And the look he gave me, it didn't. Man, if that guy wasn't behind that cell door, I don't know. It scared the hell out of me the way he looked at me though. I couldn't describe it. I can't describe the way he looked at me.
Yo,
It's
yo, you
crazy,
meet
man. I see some crazy things.
yeah, you meet some crazy people along the way, and I'm glad that you said that because it had me think about this one Joker, man. But I don't know. I might make that into a video. I don't know because like his how he performed, like they let him grow his hair. We couldn't grow hair in the chain gang at one point until
Why is that? They're afraid you're gonna
because
hide stuff in there.
they wanted you to look like a model inmate. A model inmate has his mustache to the tip and to like points to the tip right here. No beard, no sideburns, everything leveled, leveled, leveled. And they wanted you to look like that. So everybody looked at the same. But when a certain imam that was in Atlanta, like once he got life in prison, he came in with his Sunni and he was not cutting it off for nobody. They put him into the hole and all that, and they started filing petitions and stuff like that. And that's how they was able to grow their hair in the chain gang
Damn.
from Imam Alameen.
Yeah. Somebody put a comment and said another crazy thing about hold on about doing a lot of time, even if your people love you to pieces, eventually they're gonna get tired of sending you money. It happens all the time. Yeah, you're completely right. That happens all the time. And especially for the people that get in there and they want to get hooked on drugs, because a lot of inmates, not all of them, but a good portion of them, be in there getting high. That's what they look forward to, and they'll call their family and be like, Mom, I need some food. I ain't got food. I need a TV. I need this. I need that. The whole time they're really buying K2 and all that, you know, and they get tired of it. They're like, we ain't got it like that. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's a
saying?
fact. That's a fact.
You turned into another bill.
That is a fact.
What'd you say that
And
one
that's
day? We got the car bill, we got the light bill, and we got Johnny. Johnny's in jail. He's a bill too.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like
That's
that.
that's that's how they look at it, and that's reality though. If you're not looking at it like that, then it's a shame on their part because when you're incarcerated, that person is definitely a bill if you're going to support them in any way. And they can tell you kind of whatever because they're in a position now. It's like you can't come check it if I'm lying or
Yeah,
not. You
yeah,
ain't
you
coming
can't.
to the building. You know what I'm saying? What
Usually
you gonna see me at visitation?
they're gonna
Huh?
take your word on it, but you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
you're gonna get caught up in lies, and people are gonna notice. You know, if you're in the chat, can you please hit like? And I got some special I got some good news for everybody. If you follow the channel, you follow me and Miz every day. Miz was on the Jay Williams show like 3 days ago. I don't know if y'all don't know that, but if y'all are into prison content, Jay Williams is like one of the biggest prison content people there is. And I'm a I'm gonna be on Jay Williams probably next week. He called me this morning, and your boys got the interview. So yeah, we in this.
Salute. Salute to Jay
Yeah,
Williams. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Jay Williams. You know what
I
I'm
ain't gonna
saying?
lie.
He's
Yo,
putting in
Miz,
that work.
I'm bringing all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm bringing all the good stories. You know which ones I'm gonna bring too. The ones I always be telling. The time I got my jaw broken, I'm definitely telling that one. I'm telling about the time that somebody put a hit on my head because of a drug debt. Man, I'm telling that one. Uh, I'm telling the time my father killed my brother's best friend while I was in jail. I'm telling that story because that was all over the news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I got this all set up.
sit back and think of something that you might not have spoken about before and make this
But
interview
those are the best ones
monumental.
though.
Yeah, I'm saying you can throw those in. Yeah, of course, throw those in. Those are things that you remember off the cuff. But
I ain't
try
gonna
your
lie.
best to make it monumental and listen to what he's saying. So maybe you can catch some pointers on how to climb up. And he might want to do a second and third and stuff like that interview with you if you play your cards right.
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about, maybe he might just keep on letting me go and go and go. We might turn this interview into like a 3 hour interview. He might just chop it up in parts. Cause I got a lot of stories, you know what I mean? But no, Jay Williams is a good guy. You know how I know he's a good guy? This is exactly how I know he's a good guy. I was talking to him on the phone, right? And I told him a couple of things, and I was like, yeah, when I came home from prison, I had to sleep with a weapon under my pillow. The first thing he said to me? He's like, man, you might need to go talk to somebody, get help for that. He wanted to make sure I was all right. I was like, you know what? This guy's a good guy. He wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, how most people be thinking, like he said he did it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that. I guess that comes with the territory or what have you. That comes with the territory.
Yeah. Jay Williams is one of the biggest prison content creators. I think he is the biggest right now. He's the biggest.
Who?
Jay Williams.
Oh, I don't even know. Like I haven't been searching.
I think he is. It's Jay Williams, but if you want to go for prison interviews, Prison Stories 101 and Ian Beck, they're
Yeah,
both like up there too. But they're more of interviews. Jay Williams he does the same thing we basically do. So like he's the
yeah,
top dog of this what we on right now. Have
yeah.
y'all ever been to
It's
Pelican
so
Bay?
many people, huh?
I was reading somebody said, have y'all ever been to Pelican Bay?
No, no.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna say it's so many other content creators switching genres. I think it's fair that we can jump into their lanes too. after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like you get, you can even get people like Kai Cenat, Drewski, the guy that just ran into Clayton County Jail and said that's the worst county jail in Georgia and all that. And these are big content creators, have millions of followers. And I know Kai Cenat got a little slack from making a fake prison dorm and then bringing all these content creators in there,
But
and they
they're
was
not
acting
really.
like they was in jail and dancing and doing drills and like,
Yeah, but I wouldn't call them prison content creators. I would call them more of a, like comedian. You know, they're not really.
yeah,
They don't.
they was doing prison content though. They was trying to
But
do it way above everybody's level though. You
yeah,
know what I'm
I know
saying?
they do that, right? But that's just a segment. Like they don't do it all the time like us.
Oh nah.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
so many of them like got involved. A
But
lot of people
they
got
started doing
involved.
that. But they started doing that because didn't Aiden Ross like start doing that, and like a lot of people started copying them. The
I don't know.
a lot of live stream people, they were doing the prison thing because he did it with like he invited a little baby over, and they were pretending like they're in prison and stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what started the the stuff, but I was just catching up with like Kai Cenat, Drewski, and his little group, like the Clovers and all that, like all of them was doing that. And then when I saw that they had the streamer university where people that come on and do content, he said whether you're a content creator on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all that, all of them went to that university to up their self and level. So now when you're streaming or you're doing content, you're around a whole bunch of well-known faces and everybody started leveling up. And I was looking to see if it was a prison content creator that even tried to get in there. You know what I'm saying? To boost this genre up a level. I mean, because it's hard to do prison content and you tell some real good situations and good stories, and not a lot of people see it. It don't go crazy.
I
Like
mean,
you gotta put in a lot of work.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the only people that listen to prison stories is people that been in prison or people that got loved ones in prison. You know what I mean? I think that's
That's a,
basically it.
that's a lot of people though. If a lot
It's
of
a lot
people
of
really
people.
were tuned in, I'm talking about if a lot of people tuned in that actually have families and loved ones in each prison in the United States, just one state can get you straight where you're like going gold or platinum like a record artist, like a record
Yeah.
recording artist. You could have one area with all the prisons there coming and viewing you and helping and supporting, you will be extra straight.
So
It's just that it's hard putting the
I tried
content
to
out there.
I try to put some new content on my channel, and I was going to try to get into the jail, but I can't because I'm on probation. You know, I'm on papers. I can't do nothing. I tried to call the police. I emailed them to do a ride along because I didn't even know that was possible. I never heard of it. Never heard of that. I thought maybe I'll be you ride the police and then they get a call and I'm like, oh, I got some good content. You know what I mean? Somebody
Hmm.
might be having a domestic violence, a robbery, because I seen it on YouTube. This one guy he volunteered to do a ride along, but he brought his own firearm, his own gun. So when the cop got out of the car because they went to a call, the cop got out and he had his gun. The ride along person, he was a black guy. He got out with his gun too, and the cop's like, "Hold on." He's like, "Put your gun down. What are you doing? What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "I'm giving you backup." I was like, "Man, what the hell? Is that easy?" I didn't even know
Hmm.
they did stuff like that.
Yep. That's a fact. That is a natural
I got a
fact.
lot of CEOs and former guards who watch my channel.
And somebody asked how long have we been out?
I've been out for about I'm saying a year. and a half. I think that's about time I've been out.
And me, since 2007.
Hey, Antichrist, or yeah, you should come on and do an interview with us. I've never like I keep on forgetting that, man. You should come on and do an interview. Or we can go on your channel and do an interview. You need to tap in with us, man.
Who is that?
Um Antichrist. I can't say that word. I don't know why I can't. I just call him Antichrist. I don't know. I'm sorry for calling you that. You know what is it when like you're against the government and stuff? Antichrist?
Nah, that's
Antarcticus? Antarcticus or whatever? I can't say the word. So I don't try to say it.
I know anarchy and all that, but Antarcticus, I don't know what the heck, I don't know what that is. And
I know, I don't either.
Antichrist that he got on there, that's not the anti-Christ or
I
nothing
know.
like that.
I know it's not the Antichrist. That's what I say because I can't say that word. See, when I was younger, I couldn't talk, right? I couldn't talk at all. I had to take classes to talk. I had a speech problem. I stutter all the time. I stutter nonstop. And I had to take this class. So there's some words like I can't say.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I messed up.
Anarchist.
You said Antarcticus. See, you can't say it either.
Anarchist.
That's it. Is that it?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, he said yes.
Okay.
To reading is hard. Yo, hold up. Let me tap in with these folks for a second.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't go to prison. Don't go to jail. Stay in school.
Yo, y'all see this? These are fabric markers. Fabric markers. And so it's gonna stay on the material that I write on. And if y'all see this, these are supporters of the channel. And if y'all want y'all name on the shirt, y'all put y'all nickname in the comment section, or your government name in the comment section, whatever you want to be known as, and I will put your name on the shirt. Or on my channel, I was telling people to go and sub up to the channel, long as you're a new sub, and let me know that you just subscribed to the channel. I will put your name on the shirt and had people if they wanted their name real big on the shirt, whatever like that, that
What are you
they
gonna
can
wear it?
send.
And you're gonna wear the
Yeah, I'm
shirt?
gonna wear it in some of my long form videos. You know what I'm saying? To show support back to the supporters.
Sounds cool. Or
Stewie,
you could start selling them.
nah, I wouldn't sell them. Like, I'm gonna put this on it as well.
What's it
So
say?
they'll,
Zoo?
yeah. This is a patch from my clothing line. I'm gonna put it on the shirt, but I'm gonna get people's names. Is Stewie what you want to be called to be put on the shirt? What about for members like me who have been subscribed to your channel for a long time? That's not fair. Hold up, you talking to me? You're a member on my channel? If you are, put your name, you know what I'm saying, in the chat, and I got you. And don't get it
I mean, yeah,
twisted. You want your
that
name
sounds cool.
big on here, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and drop some hold on. Okay, got you. At least you can talk. 438V. I don't know what this stuff is that y'all putting. Like, if y'all want y'all name on the shirt, I got y'all. Y'all just tell me what y'all want me to put down. I'm effing with you, homie, but on it. But I do want to be on it, and I have been subscribed for a while. All right, Neon Effects. I got you. I got you.
Hey, you know what we ain't done in a while?
What's that?
We should get people to call in.
All right, I'm saying you
I think
got
I
you
still
got
got
the
the.
information.
I think I got the background still. Let me see. Let me look through it. So I wrote it down, didn't I?
I got you, Neon Effects. I got you. You said what's your channel name? Big Miz FTZ.
Oh, I got it.
Big Miz FTZ.
There you go. You got it hooked up.
Hold on.
Yeah, if you guys want to call in, he's gonna hook the thing up. So when you call in, it sounds like you can talk and it sounds clear, like how we're talking. This is the number right here.
And as y'all call in, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all want me to put your name in as on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can call in. Just give me time to answer the call. I'll have to unlock this phone and put it connected to the mic. And y'all can call in.
Yeah, you can call in. You can talk about yeah, prison. If you done time in prison, if you want to talk about
Somebody just
channel.
somebody just put my channel up in the chat. Thank you for doing that, Deb. Thank you. All right, Neon Effects. I appreciate it. I wish I
Yo,
can put my cash app in the thing for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? For bigger names up on the shirt, for bigger names, and to be for real, I was telling them it's no amount. Like we're not doing no amounts. I don't ask for no amounts. You know what I'm saying? If y'all
oh,
just want to support the channel,
I
support the
forgot to
channel.
tell you. I
What's
forgot to
that?
tell you. I found the gold mine to all the good interviews. I found the gold mine. I'm telling you, I'm getting all the best interviews now.
It
You want to
says
know what it is?
bold letters B. What is it?
TikTok.
What about TikTok?
Man, you got real life inmates coming on TikTok. McLeod, thanks for the donation, the $2 donation.
Bold letters Miss V.
I was scrolling TikTok, right? And there's inmates that are doing chain gang. The same thing you talk about where they try to rizz up girls and stuff to get them to send in money. They
Yeah.
might be talking to 5, 10 girls at a time, you know, and each girl is sending money. Inmates are doing this. And that's where they're doing it at. I'm sitting there going through TikTok live and there's a couple of inmates in there and they they got girls in the chat and stuff. I'm like, the hell? So I got a couple of them I'm supposed to be doing an interview with. You know, a lot of inmates don't like doing it because if prison staff find out where they're at, they're gonna run in there and take the cell phone.
I just got you, Miss V, in bold letters. I got you. But y'all can call in. Y'all can call in at any time now. It's all good.
Yeah, that's the number right there. I'll stay out of the way for like 10 seconds. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen my last interview that I had with I forgot his name, but it's a Spanish guy. Did you see it?
I saw a part of it. I was on a live already. I
He
saw that
he
you went live.
Yeah, he was in prison. I did the live with him while he was in prison. He got like 18 months left. And he's been in there for 20 years, you know.
Yeah.
$75,000 bond. Jake. Yeah, I remember Neon. I'm trying to do something, for the supporters and stuff. I did do people that did support the stream. I put them in my last story I did. When it gets to the
Mm-hmm.
end of towards the end of the story, I
Mm-hmm.
had their names up there. I thought that was cool. But as time goes on, we'll find out better stuff to do. Maybe we can start doing giveaways or something. I,
Yeah,
I always I didn't like doing giveaways. Every time I seen somebody doing it, I really didn't. I didn't like. I didn't like it because I always figured they weren't really doing it. They're probably just giving it away to somebody that they actually know. You know what I mean?
where they can give it right back or something.
No, like say that I say, okay, I'm giving away Xbox 360, not Xbox 360. Isn't that the old one? Xbox One. Okay, I'm giving away an Xbox One. All you got to do is comment down below, and I'll pick a name out randomly. But the whole time, you're my cousin, and I tell you to comment down there, and I'm gonna pick you. I already know I'm gonna pick you. You know, it's one of those things. I always thought that's what they were doing.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
know,
don't know. I would hope not. You know what I'm saying? I would hope they would be authentic because that's how you get people to kind of like really mess with you. Certain times, like you can actually be helping somebody out.
I don't. It's like giveaways and stuff. That's considered buying views. I never thought about it that way. I guess it is. I guess it is really. You're begging for people to do it. I guess it is kind of cheesy. That's why I never liked it.
That's basically what politicians do. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know, kind of like lawyers.
That it isn't buying views. Like a giveaway ain't buying views. Like you're not looking for someone that can help you out. You're trying to help them out from the
Yeah,
support
but
that they did for a while. Like that's something that you once you're up, you do.
yeah, but it's like kind of like I don't know. You call it like gambling, but you're telling everybody they got a chance to win it, right? But they got to comment, so they're helping you out. Everybody's helping you out, right? But they probably ain't gonna win it.
Oh yeah, like the chances, like once you do something like that where they gotta go follow, hit a link, put such and such in the chat to get your name bubbling, and they watch it, they view it, they like it. Now they gotta put down a certain word or whatever. That's almost like the lottery now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Who's gonna win that?
yeah. If you got a fair chance of winning it, but I always thought, when I see other people doing it, I'm like, there's no way they're giving it out for free.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. It's just after being in prison so long, you see how people really are, how greedy people really are. People don't give away stuff for free. Nothing's free in this world. I'm telling you that. Nothing is free. There's always a
Yeah.
catch to it. Somewhere. There was a case going on recently. Matter of fact, it was with the David case. The singer David that killed the younger girl. A lawyer was on a YouTube channel, and basically he was talking about what he would do to get David off this case, and like the whole community's mad at him, right? Because they're like, how can you defend a monster? But I don't think people realize that's why people don't like lawyers in general, because some lawyers know that they're who they're defending is guilty. They know they're guilty, but they're still trying to get them off. That's a lawyer's job, right?
Yeah. That's a fact.
Exactly.
To get them something lower or something like that, to get them a lower type of thing. Yeah. Something that they can live with.
It just rubbed me the wrong way because like it's like you didn't know that's what lawyers do. That's why a lot of people don't like them. They, you got some good lawyers out there, but you got some lawyers, they're playing people's lives.
Yeah, that's a natural fact. I'm surprised nobody called in to say what's up or give a shout out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very surprised.
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
surprised
Last
that
time we
y'all
did
chat.
that, the
I'm
last time we did
surprised that
that,
y'all. Uh-huh.
there was it one troll that called in.
Oh yeah, he was talking crazy as I don't know what.
Yeah, you would
It
not.
is what it is.
You would not hang up the phone. You kept on letting them call back.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. Well, what's up, Levon? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Yo, y'all type some more names in the chat so I can go ahead and put name down on here. Y'all put some more names in the chat. He knows that people want to hear it. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Hey, I do got something crazy that I could tell. While we're waiting for people to call. I remember one time back in the day, my mom she used to be a hustler, man. Like she ran an escort business, and when I say run an escort business, if you know what escorting is, it's where girls go out to spend time with guys. And they get paid for their time. It's supposed to be massages. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it is what it is. But basically, she owned the business, and she sent the girls out. She wasn't the one doing it, and she used to do stuff like that. And I remember sometimes she used to have a side hustle. She go to phone places like Sprint, and she didn't own a business, but somehow she made like fake documents pretending to be a business,
Yeah,
and the phone place would give her a business plan where they gave her like 10 free phones that were like the newest models, and she get them for free, and she had to pay payments on them because she was a business. I don't know how she did it, but I don't know if she had to pay something on it or not. But basically, she's walking out there with all these phones. She would turn around and sell these phones to like people on the streets hustling, drug dealers and stuff. She's selling them to them for like $100 a piece. Usually the phones, nobody's making payments on them. They usually stay on for like, I remember one time they stayed on for like a year. So,
mm-hmm.
you spend $100, you get a phone that stays on for a year. What the hell?
What was that?
Anyways, oh, that's my phone. I forgot I even had it on like that. But anyways, she did it this one time, and all the phones got cut off the next day. But she didn't have none of the money. She done
Mm-hmm.
sold all these phones to all these drug dealers, and then they're calling back. They're like, I want my money. This phone ain't working no more." And she's like, "I ain't got it." So one of them ended up coming by the house and shooting the house up. Like they were serious. So we had to get the hell out of there. And this was when I was like a teenager, man. I was like young. I was probably like 14 or something. So basically, we were scared to even be there at the house. So she went ahead and went to and got a U-Haul. She had a little bit of money left. She didn't have enough to pay them, but she had a little bit. She went to go get a U-Haul. She went to a rent a center. She got a whole bunch of. She got like a couple of TVs, a couple of bedroom sets, as much as she could, and she turned around and flipped that. She sold that to people. Like we would go all in. Like we were just one bad decision led to another. Like when you're living like that, it's crazy. All this came up to it caught up to us. You know what I mean? Eventually, it did eventually catch up to us. But at the time, we thought we had to do what we had to do. So we packed everything up. What the hell is that? Is that you? What the fuck
Yeah.
is that? Anyways, we packed everything up
Yeah.
and we loaded the U-Haul up. There wasn't enough room for everybody. My mom was up front driving, and she had her friend in the passenger seat. Me and my mom's boyfriend was in the back with all this other shit. Her
Yeah.
cats and dogs in the kennel. Man, I couldn't even hardly breathe back there because when you shut a U-Haul in the back, you're latching it and you can't open it from the outside. I mean, what the
Yo,
hell?
what? What?
my phone, man.
Yeah, what's going on, broski? What's
All right,
going on? What's going
where
on?
was I now? Anyways, we was in the
Yeah, I was
back.
in
I
the
couldn't
back of the
breathe.
car.
I was in the
Okay,
back of the
go ahead.
U-Haul. We got pulled over. We went around the corner. We were on our way to Oklahoma. We got down the street and she got pulled over by the police. And I'm like, damn, I hope they don't open this back. It's me and her boyfriend back here. They're gonna think like we're like some Mexicans or something. You know what I mean? So they ended up opening the back of the U-Haul. They did. And I was embarrassed because the officer's like, what the hell's going on? My mom played it off though. She was like, we're just moving around the corner. We couldn't fit them up front. So, we're just going right here. And they was like, well, just hurry up. Just a warning. Just hurry up and, get to where you gotta go. So he let us go for warning. So we're still going to Oklahoma. We're on the highway and everything. I'm in the back and I'm like sitting there. I'm paranoid. I'm like, damn, I'm claustrophobic and all that. What is that you? Where's that sound come from? Anyways, I'm
Yo.
like, damn, if my mom gets in a car accident, I'm gonna be trapped back here.
Mm.
We can't get out. You know what I'm saying? I got
Hold
all
up.
this
What
shit
type
runs
of
in my
car
mind.
y'all was in?
Huh?
What type of car was y'all in?
It was a U-Haul truck.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we was all the way in the back. And we got to a truck stop. So I was like, man, I can't take this. I can't breathe back here. I feel like I'm about to suffocate. So I had this bright idea. I took my shoelaces and I tied it to like the little latch and I tied it so there'll be like a gap. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing holding it is my shoelace. So we can breathe back there. So we get back on the highway and it's like nighttime. And me and her boyfriend's in the back, we're talking. And then out of nowheres, the thing rips open. The fucking the shoelaces, it didn't
Mhm.
hold. It ripped open, and it's at nighttime. We're on the highway. There's cars behind us shining their fucking headlights, and they're just seeing us in the back of the U-Haul. We're sitting there banging on the on the fucking wall and stuff. Man, it was embarrassing as hell, man. It
Yeah,
was.
that's crazy work right there, man.
But imagine you're in the back of a U-Haul and there's a car behind you. You're on the highway and the back flies open and you just got a car just right there just staring at you with the headlights. It's bright lights is right there. It's like you're on a stage. Man, I'm sitting there banging on the walls. I'm like, Mom, pull over. The door came open. She couldn't pull over for it took like 10 minutes. I'm sitting there just looking stupid. This car just sitting there looking at us. He's probably like, what the hell's going on in front of us? Man. But anyways, she gets all freaked out. We fixed that. We end up, lashing it back the way it was. We just feel like we're suffocating. Anyways, we're still trying to go to Oklahoma, and another cop gets behind her. So she tries to hurry up and pulls into like a truck stop uh kind of place. There's a whole bunch of trucks just lined up. People are sleeping in their trucks and everything. And she's trying to hurry up and get out of sight from the police. And she tries to back up into a parking spot and she ends up hitting one of the 18 wheelers. The guy gets out and he's all pissed off. He's like, man, what the hell? Because he was sleeping in there. He was like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You hit my fucking truck. My mom was like, please, I got kids. The cops is right there. I got so much going on here. Here's some money. She gave him like a couple $100. He got back in his. He was like, okay. I got back. He got back in his truck, and he went back to sleep. Cause I mean, it wasn't nothing like it was like probably like a little dent. That was it. But anyways, the cop ended up coming and seeing us anyways. We seen the cop, and my mom took off that way on foot, and me and her boyfriend took off the other way. We went to it was like McDonald's or something. He ended up
Mm.
catching all of us. Like he called her and he ended up catching all of us. I don't know what she told him, but he ended up letting us go. I don't even know how. you know?
Yeah, that's good money right there.
Yeah, but anyway, so we finally made the Oklahoma. And, we're like, damn, what are we gonna do with this U-Haul truck? So she's like, we just take it to the nearest U-Haul place. Cause you gotta imagine, we rented this U-Haul for like a couple hours. We done had it for over like 4 days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
We were supposed to take it down the street, and we done took it across country, man.
Yo, that's crazy work.
Yeah,
That
we
is
took it to
crazy work.
the nearest U-Haul place, and we just left it there.
Somebody saying 856 what? So I guess they're trying to get the number
There, it's right there. Yeah, but that was the story, man. Went to I stayed in Oklahoma for like I'm gonna say about a year, and it ended up coming back to North Carolina and then come back to Maryland.
They said that's a crazy story concerning. Oh, mom.
Yeah, my
Yo,
mom, man. My mom has a whole bunch of crazy stories. She really does. She was always getting into trouble. That's probably where I got her from. I remember she told me this one story. She said, cause she used to, she used to party back in the day, and she she was doing some things she shouldn't have been doing, and they were in the house, and the guy she was with was getting high, and I guess he ripped somebody off,
mhm.
and the guy that he ripped off came to the house, and he started like kicking in the door. My mom hurried up and ran into the closet in the bedroom. The guy comes in there and starts beating the crap out of the guy with a bat, like he almost killed him. My mom said that when the guy left, my mom came out and called 911 for the guy. And when they came and treated him, they said if it wasn't for her calling, he'd be dead.
Oh, that's crazy work.
Yeah, he beat him like an inch of his life. Like he beat him bad with a bat.
Yo, if y'all start hitting the heart or the 100 or the wow emoji on the side of the screen, we will take turns giving y'all some exclusive prison stories. Like we won't draw it out long, but we'll give y'all some good crazy little stories, and maybe some of them might be a little funny, some of them might be a little sad or whatever. But y'all tapping the 100 sign, the heart sign, somebody get on that wow face sign, somebody get on that party confetti sign, and y'all start
They're doing
tapping the
it.
screen so more people can jump into the live, and then we'll go jump in there.
You got that set up?
Yeah, it's on the screen. Yeah,
How? So they hit something and it says wow.
it's gonna be an emoji that goes up the screen, and yeah, pin that comment, Deb. You can pin the comment. You said you tried to call. Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. I don't know. Like I might have had the phone on do not disturb because all the calls that be coming through. Hold on, just a minute. We're going to get somebody on the line right now, y'all. So look forward to that call, bro. That should be coming in pretty soon. Hold up. Yo, 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 what's going on?
Nothing much.
Said nothing much.
What's that?
I said you said nothing much.
Nothing much. I tried texting you to let you know I was going to
Yes,
reschedule
it
for you,
was.
but then something other.
It was.
To reschedule for me.
Yeah. I texted your work phone.
Okay.
So leave on Drew.
All right. Who you think you speaking to, Levon?
I had the guy in Crime Talk
Nah, this is Big Miz from the zoo, man.
from the zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Somebody wanted to do an interview.
Oh, hold up. I know who that is. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, yeah, I remember now. I had an interview with this guy, but he had something that happened to him, and he couldn't make the interview. He had
My
I don't
grandson
want to put
died.
the
He just said it.
yeah. So I understand why you couldn't make the interview. He did a lot of time in prison. Where'd you do time at?
I did Bullock, Alabama, Bullock Correctional Facility.
Okay. All right. And you must have a lot of stories about that place, huh?
It's fucked up. It's still fucked up.
Yeah.
Guards leave, 80 inmates, all free for all, fires going on the inside. Don't matter.
What's the craziest thing you've seen?
Like being in the jungle, man.
Crime said, "What's the craziest thing you've seen in there?"
A female guard getting raped. Gets beat down.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Ain't
Yeah, that'd be.
shit.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
People getting stabbed. Guards killing people. Make it all covered up.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
And that's the thing about it; they can do it.
You don't see shit. You don't know shit. So that's the only way to pretty much survive in there.
Yeah, that's a natural fact.
Yep, and after you get out, they say 85% of you guys will come back, and they make a promise that you're going to come back. They try everything to get you back.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up. They don't want nobody on parole. Paroles don't come. It's automatic denial because they're working prisons.
I think it's about money.
If you leave, that's an employee gone.
It's about money. They get paid for having us in there, you know.
Oh shit, you don't get paid.
No, we don't. I'm telling you, they do. They get paid.
Oh yeah, they get paid. We don't. The males, all we did was like throw food and stuff, and the females did all clothes and shit like that. We did furniture and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they gonna have some type of work for you in place that you're gonna do. But what he was saying is the people that usually come through to do the auditing, like when y'all have big inspections and stuff like that, that's the people that got money into this industry. They have stock into us.
They get paid per inmate.
Program.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever at the shareholders is the ones making the money off the taxpayers. And,
that's a fact.
It's a legalized what it's called, slavery.
Yep.
That's what I call it. It's legalized for them because no one gives a shit about you in there. You're the worst piece of shit on the planet. To everybody in the public.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what you did. You could have been smoking a joint, get busted, do 3 years, and you're a big piece of shit. So it don't matter. So
that's how I felt when I was in there.
Like 30 years later.
That's crazy. That's crazy business, man.
Oh yeah, even the tax break for hiring felons, they still don't want you. They don't give two shits. So I just bust my ass. I was a carpenter for.
Ask him how long he's been out.
52, so.
Ask him how long he's been out of prison.
Disability.
He Crime just asked, how long have you been out?
2002.
2002.
Did you bring home some negative effects? Did it affect you? Did it affect you being in there?
I think like me, I come up swinging. If my wife woke me up, I'd come up swinging. Like you can't get comfortable. I don't like a bunch of people around me. A trust issue. It's just a lot of people I know. You learn from the other people's mistakes, so you can be a better criminal.
Yeah.
That's all it does. They don't rehabilitate you unless you want to be rehabilitated.
You gotta want to do it for yourself.
Don't give a shit in there. When you're stuck in there with a bunch of life withouts, and and they see it's your time to go home, they're gonna make you stay because they're mad because you going home. So got, I'd say 15 years, dude. That's all I'd say. 15 years. So then one day I just poof, I'm gone.
Yeah, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at that decision. You know what I'm saying? That's what you had to do to make way and to get up out of there without a hater getting into that situation. That is actually good, man. And we thank you for calling in too, bro.
Yeah, because the only thing that really saved me, because that's a free for all in that damn place. But
yeah, it definitely
I was
is.
in the military, and I hooked up with another guy that was in the military, and he's a big motherfucker, dude. This guy was no joke. He looked like Debo. But no, he saved me, and because they were putting like zoom, wham, wham, suits, coffees. Bitch, for me, I was gonna be somebody's bitch when I walked up in there. I ain't a very big dude, you know. So they he's like, you stick with me. You got, I got, you got. So like, shit. I stuck with him like glue, and he's still in there. He ain't never coming home. So I thought I could write him letters and shit, but yeah, he saved my ass. So,
I can dig it. I can dig it.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I can
So,
definitely dig it.
Yeah, I was friends with. I tried to be nice to everybody in there. You know,
That's the worst thing you could do.
like I didn't care if you were a Muslim, whatever gang you were in. I didn't care. I looked at you as an individual. You know, I didn't care about your past history or nothing. Because everybody in there is saying you ain't got nothing, so your street cred's gone. You know, the true colors come out when you're inside.
Yeah, that's a natural fact.
Yeah, one thing about it, they don't care about your family, don't care about nothing like that.
You're fucking bunk. So, but yeah, I've met some real people in there, and and I've met the nicest people in there, and I've met some of the worst assholes. I wouldn't even give them 2 looks on the street. So, but yeah, that's where you find the real people at. You ain't got nothing. Everybody's got the same shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And the only thing is, you get used to a routine, and when you come home, you ain't got that routine no more. So that takes a toll on you.
Yes, it can. It can take a toll on you, but you gotta break certain cycles. Like as an adult going into the jail or growing up to an adult and knowing that you're coming into your ending date there and you're going to be released, you have to start like dealing with yourself. You have to tap in.
Or your roomie, your bunk buddy there. If you guys are a team, because one sleep, one stay awake. That's how you slept in shifts. So, because it's all an open dorm of 80 motherfuckers. So, one person sleeps, one stays awake and watches.
Yeah.
Does not get robbed or whatever. But yeah.
Oh, why'd you do that, Ron?
What do you mean?
All right, look, sir, we're getting some reverb on this line where you're echoing on the line. So I'm gonna close down the line and see if it happens to the next person that calls in. I'm sorry for that. All right, later, bro. And thank you for calling in.
Yep.
All right.
It's
Yo,
Zoom
you
echo.
gotta fix that.
There ain't no fixing it.
Oh, so you did that. Let's
Hey, it was
find out
accident.
who's the
Look,
culprit,
no,
y'all.
look. This is what happened. It did it on its own. Look.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I was putting the thing up, and it kicked me off to the main page on YouTube. I had to come back into live. I don't know how it did that.
What was his name? LeVon.
Is it still echoing?
I don't know.
It don't sound like it. Yeah, but what he was saying, yeah, you can't be nice to anybody in there. they take advantage. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're white, black. If you
Hello. How you doing? Oh, you can hear the echo too?
Yeah.
Yo, all right, so hold on, let me.
Oh, let me try to
What
back
did
out.
you
Back
do
in.
to start the echo? Kron?
I left the room.
All right, come, dude, and come right back to see what happens, bro.
Is it still doing it?
Nah.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna leave out the room and send the thing to me again. No, I'll.
That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Are you sure?
We tried it before.
They said just restart and come back. I'm sorry we having these complications, miss. I'm sorry. Are you still on the line?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
All right, well go ahead. You can speak. They can get over the echo.
I don't hear echo.
Oh, okay. All right, so who is this calling in?
I was just checking in the spot.
Oh, Deb.
Yeah. I thought the echo was on that TV though. How much last call, so I will try. But it's still doing that. So.
Ask her what kind of prison experience she has.
What kind of prison experience does she have?
Oh, shoot. Well, I mean, spiritually, I got a full vibe. I got mothers over 30 years, but physically, I have worked center for 7.5 years. I had all levels, mostly men, adult male felon. I've called on my load and then something happened.
I don't think they can hear. Can't nobody hear.
So now I had to resign and people describe
Tell her we're just gonna call back.
Hold on just a minute. They're saying that they can't hear a word that you're saying because the echo was so bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry because something happened on his end where it's making me echo. So we're gonna have to just shut down the live. I'm sorry for that. All right now, bye-bye.
Yeah, it sound bad. Yeah, it I don't know, man. It's crazy. It'll be all right.
Yo, that's wicked.
Look, I didn't even push anything. It took me back to it kicked me out of the live stream. It took me back to the YouTube page. So I just joined back in, and it does that sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah, but we'll have to. Really? What the fuck? You got a soundboard over there? He got a soundboard. Yeah, that was the time for the sad music. That's definitely it. But look, let's go ahead and just end it. We got an hour and 30 minutes in. I think that's pretty good. That's a normal episode.
Yeah. Until next time, and I think like we need to speak about that special guest that I talked about that can come on, man. Like we need to give them a show and let them get the notice due, bro.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, so everybody, before you go, there's only 13 people in here. Can you please hit the like if you haven't yet, and subscribe if you haven't. You know, I appreciate everybody coming and watching us, listening to us. We're gonna be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. If y'all want to tune in, we'll be talking about prison stuff tomorrow. Today we were just, you know,
hold on. They want us to stay, man. They want us to
They
stay,
want us to
bro.
stay, bro.
We need to try to at least fix the joint.
Fix the joint.
Hey, well, I mean, you can start up a live stream. Really? It's barely anybody even in here. It's only 14 people in
here.
Yo,
I'm saying,
we'll see y'all again.
Or I might crank up a live in a couple of minutes.
Does everybody tell them you're live? You're live.
Huh?
Tell them you're live. Tell them your channel.
Y'all can subscribe to Big Miz FTZ. That's Big Miz FTZ. All right. And if y'all do that, just run over and get with your boy. That's it. Just run over there and get with your boy. All right, bro.
Neon, what you trying to help us? What are you talking about? What, you want to come on for an interview or something?
What you trying to help us with, Neon? Oh, how to fix the audio, right?
Oh, yeah, the audio. Yeah, we're just gonna call it tonight because we usually do. It's about 1 hour and 30 minutes. We used to go about 1 hour and 30 for each podcast, anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Yeah, thank y'all for coming, and I'm go ahead and end it. Tomorrow we'll be back at 6 o'clock. Y'all want to join in? Subscribe if you know, I got videos, stories on there. Check them out. Please leave a like. Thank y'all for coming, and stay free. Stay out of them prisons because they always got a bid for you. Bye.